Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. First and 10, it's Jackson rolling to his right. And his first look is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And that'll bring up second down.
I know we're doing this game live, but let's step into the film room for just a second. Because when they review this play, oh, the negatives are going to be incredible on this one. Rolling out to his right. Yeah, he's right-handed, so that's a natural spot for him. But he throws back across his body back into traffic.
Big no-no.
Oh, that's a monster no-no. The only good thing that happened, it fell incomplete. Very fortunate.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Jackson from the shotgun, being chased out left. Now he's going to throw deep back up. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They give him a gain of 37. Now Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The Pro Bowler, Brent Grimes, brings him down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Jackson. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. Powering his way forward. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. Run for run on 4th down here early in the game.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. From the gun, it's Jackson on the move to his left. Drops it underneath for Collins. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Manusia patina will start broadcast.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Alright, so Omni come out. Share patin.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 40.
Yeah. Wow. Boy. YouTube. What pull that wolf is man connected? Al YouTube live, al Facebook ke lo malulog. Io vedevo lì, sono quel Facebook. Non lo fa, non quello per Facebook. Oh, poi facci fare dei chiavi. Vedete YouTube. Vediamo. Ada me come. Come link lì. Aludo. Enggak sih. Soalnya link di YouTube.
Ada video gua nggak? Main video ya. Wah, tolong main. Vậy nếu không qua thì đua ai u. Về đây là đi nó cùng. Qua đua qua. Đi ra kì.
No.
Số xử lý cái gì em phong phải đi mua người đi kêu chỉ con lý mà
Nếu có một broadcast about.
Yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. First down, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Working out of the gun. Winston. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Adam Humphries. 35 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but for the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quan Alexander leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Well, it was second and long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play. They look for them to try it again later.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So out come the Bucs now. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is caught by Jackson for a Buccaneer touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, 52 yards. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Santos out now. They'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A nice little juke. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
There goes Alex Collins. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, 75 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. If you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility. Only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
He finds his target. It's Evans. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first.
Let's go now.
Jameis now on first down. Now he'll escape to his left. Now he'll let it go. Oh, wide open, complete. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 41 yards. A first down throw for Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And that is caught by Jackson for a Buccaneer touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Santos with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it rest of the game. And it does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
Here's a 1st down run with Collins. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now Jackson, they'll set up the screen to Montgomery. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Looking deep for Crabtree. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind...
Anyway. Oi, shh. Como sui với đây đi ngay của bé ngoài ô đây cay. Como la mai Jackson. Sui da mai Jackson. Có mấy con chó fresco.
Out of bounds. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. 53 yards. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Detroit! Detroit! From the gun, Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Chris Moore, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens get a bit closer. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally, you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Terrell Suggs in there to drop him for a loss of about 8. Second down, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 30 yards there.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Oh, yeah. Shit,
he gets it to Humphreys. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. A second down throw for Winston. Flush to his right. He's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. So Darius Smith in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. 3rd and long for Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rodgers. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. From the red zone now, Winston. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the gun, Winston. And he holds it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Adam Humphries in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light there. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Winston now to throw on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Jameis to throw it. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Adam Humphries, 33 yards. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. They go play action here on first down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Kendall Beckwith, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. On second down, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's Where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Following the interception, Winston flushed out right. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The return man, Chris Moore. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. They'll try and run forward with Collins. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the 1st.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far. You know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards from the 34 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Detroit!
How would you know? You see me, bro.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Jackson steps away to his left.
He can't run.
Comes out, and the Buccaneers have it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point? Whatever you're going to pick up, they either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football.
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Terrell Suggs in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Winston. Escaping the pressure right. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, Winston being chased out left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. He is out of bounds right around the 34. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
This has been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
And a catch right side by Evans. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And touchdown, Tampa Bay.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing too.
Oh, she's at least
she's on like the 5th tune. At this point.
she left scales way behind. But he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession.
Yeah, he's so mad at 20. If I have the money view, I would have bought it already, okay?
So he got 3 on 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage and mixed traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Jackson on 1st down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them all
the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 38 yards. And the Ravens, they claw one back.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Shifts by him. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Za'Darius Smith leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Winston now. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Winston to his big play receiver, Jackson, 43 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
To throw is Winston. And that's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. On 3rd down, Winston. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than that. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback. And
he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Winston now after the fumble recovery. And his throw here's incomplete. The veteran Eric Weddle there to break that one up.
Yeah, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
Going again, Winston on 2nd and 10.
Hands
into his left. And he'll be brought down at about the 6-yard line. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the 1st down with his legs. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A huge loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
But we all know that the instinct is to fight for every possible yard and try and pick something up. But every now and then you got to know when to turn off your instinct. Okay, in this situation, find a way to go down and save some yardage. I mean, quarterbacks do it all the time, right? Play up, they don't have it, just take the sack, fight for another down. In this case, though, he kept trying to make something happen, and that loss of yardage, it changes field position, it changes everything you're trying to do on offense, really puts him in a bad spot.
The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Jackson on 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They go play action now. Jackson, they'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, he's been working on it for a little bit. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure.
And he's across for a touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Tucker with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Winston here to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.
If I wanted to run the ball, I would run the ball. You ran that ball. You can't stop my running game, bro. Run that ball. People go. Oh, I already got it. I already played it. I think I got like 4 wins. No loss, 4-0. You can't beat me, bro. Yeah, I'll get out that's your out there. Okay, it's loaded in that combo in, but I don't give a shit. Yo, what? Ini menjadi dia orang fasih orang apa? Gigare do vai ver, é possível,
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction of the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. That's fielded in the end zone, and they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Level 1. Level 1, that's beat up.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. A second down throw for Prescott.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a first shut of downs. Prescott forced out to his left. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, batted free. On second down, Elliott. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back up into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, Trey Waynes. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On second down, Cook. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats, but really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. He's going to loft one deep left side here, and it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Now Austin. Oh, some strong running. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Intended that time for Cooper.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They start the drive with Cook. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They go play action. Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2nd down, Prescott. Got an open man, it's Michael Gallup. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Prescott now on 2nd down. A dump off to Elliott. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And there he goes again. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? They keep on the ground with Elliott. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. Now Prescott steps away to his left. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And out now come the Vikings. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Austin. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now here come the Cowboys. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. To throw is Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Prescott now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Looking to throw. Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
It's coming up.
First down, Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Final play of the half. Prescott. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Oh, able to avoid him. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
That was second down 1 for Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
And this will be taken at the 13. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Well, they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs. Sure. just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward. Well, that wasn't just a loss. That was a loss of big yardage there. So the sense you're starting to get is they offensively think.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that. Right there, they get a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Back now in Arlington. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him 1st and 4th.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And a solid run down inside the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Cousins. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. On 1st down, Murray. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
We're going. Let's go.
They pitch it out to Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. To throw is Simeon. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. They start on the ground with Elliott. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half, no quit in him.
0.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll try to throw now. Prescott rolling to his left. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. On 3rd down, Elliott. 9 yards on the play and a 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
One last shot now for Prescott. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Big D.